Welcome on board the train ride that never goes anywhere. Certainly not anywhere you want to go, but you will be on a train. What more do you want for It Is Gav here on Monday afternoon, 17th of July. We are going to do the 2D35 service linking to Leicester on SimWorld 3 on the PlayStation 5. We are going to be driving the Class 158 DMU. Because of the limitations of this route, it's going to be Nottingham to Leicester. 11:34. We are going to get this little diesel set up as we do the route, and we'll chat through plenty of things. So do join in. Right. Apparently, to unlock doors. There's the platform to the left. That's a bonus. But again, we can't do that because the master key needs to be in. And we need our reverser to be to the forward position. There we go. Let's see. Yes! Doors are open. Leicester. Again, let's just sort our lights out. I set it to be a bit wet today. You can see it's a bit wet. Let's check the horn. Happy days, all good in the hood. Right, we have to wait until 11:35. We're now going to close the doors. Here we go, the guard tells us. And we're going to release the brakes. We're also going to press this button. There you go. Here we go, let's listen to the diesel roar. Cannot beat a diesel engine. Cannot beat a diesel engine. I'll tell you what you cannot beat is the fact that I don't actually know where the wipers are. Nope, that's the brakes. Ah, there we go. Let's put them on slow. Come on, slow. There we go. Happy days. Right, there we have it. Let's open the window. Get some fresh air in this diesel. Oh, we're speeding. Again. Let's just slow it down a little bit. There we go. Beeston platform 2 in 3.2 miles, so let's again get the diesel. Whoa. Love the sound of that engine. It is just that diesel. We do like it, and then we'll get off the power because we're coming up to 25 miles an hour. Yes, typical day in Britain. Raining. Just left Nottingham there in this Class 158. Midland Mainline, major railway line in England. Operates from London to Sheffield via the East Midlands. Oh, right, we're crossing over. Power on. There we go, up to 40. Wow. But yeah, Pancras Station, Leicester, Derby, Nottingham and Chesterfield. The express passenger services are run by East Midlands Railway, and this is what we have at East Midlands Railway. Class 158. Coming up to 80 miles an hour. We're not even at 40 yet, we are now. The cab is really good, and I haven't actually, in Scotland, these pretty much run a lot by ScotRail. Let's get that wiper on a bit faster than that. Otherwise we won't see where we're going. There we go. But yeah, it's a really nice cab. The way they've done it is quite nice. There we go. Unit number 158785. Maximum speed 90 miles an hour. And the transmission changes at about 57. We'll hear it if we get to that before we have to brake. Oh, there's another one. Oh, it's running a ScotRail livery on loan. But let's listen to the transmission change. There we go, as the transmission changes on the diesel engine. But yes, ScotRail have sent some loaning Class 158s because they don't have enough. They do not have enough down here at all. Right, let's keep the power going. We're never going to hit 80 miles an hour. Look at the rain around here. The people will not be happy. 1.5 miles to Beeston. On Class 158 built in, well, it was the kind of late 80s ultimately, 89 to 92. Let's just get off the power. And you can hear just the train just wind down the engine there. We'll kind of drift slightly as we come into the final hour, and you can see the detail, just the number of tracks there is. It is a really detailed line. We do like that about it. The train just looks really good. I mean, it's one of the sort of 158s that hasn't been refurbed at this point. ScotRail did a few things with theirs, but really, it does look quite nice. It's got all the right mechanics as we now drift into Beeston. Well, we don't drift. We have a plan, and that plan is to get there in one piece. Well, within reason. 700 yards, coming on through. Ooh, there you go, closed is what it is. Happy days. Let's just jump back into the cab as we come in. We need to hurry it up along. Need to get the train driver, me, to do a little bit more of the speed. And here we come. Ooh. It's actually a little bit more quicker than I thought it would be, but here we go, coming into Beeston. You can see just beginning to grip slightly on the brakes. Full service braking. And we'll brake here. There we are. Beeston. Apparently the doors have opened. There we go. Took a while. Anybody getting on? No. Right, let's have a look at Beeston. There you go. There's the map of East Midlands Railway. Everywhere from Liverpool Line Street, Sheffield, Derby, Nottingham, London and Cambridge. Nobody is getting on. I mean, I wouldn't blame them, to be fair. It is a bit wet. Right, let's hear the conductor. Why is the conductor not telling us where to go? There we go! It was our fault, we'll blame said driver again. There's a man walking along. Oh, they've got umbrellas! They've brought umbrellas with them. Need to put them up. That man just put it up. Well done, sir. You have learned from the best. Oh, well, if you're waiting for this train, you're a bit late. Because we've left. You had your opportunity. Let's go over the footbridge here. Yep, you had the opportunity. But yeah, it does. It just looks a lovely train. East Midlands Parkway, platform 4, 11:49. We need to be there soon, 4.6 miles. But yeah, I mean, even just the rain, you can see in the kind of manner it's going across the train. The train looks beautiful. It really does. You can't see its destination, really. You can see the driver. Yeah, it's just a really nice looking train. And they've got every kind of bit of detail from the kind of running, as you can see here. Let's just keep an eye. We're not speeding. No, we're all good. Yeah, it just looks really nice. And the lower down we get, the more we can hear the engines. The exhaust system. There you can see the axles moving. Beautiful. Just the detail there. C3, 39.3 tons, 22 metres and 2.7 in... What's length? 2.7 metres? No, don't think that's true. It's much longer than that. But yeah, it looks really good. There's the change in the transmission. EMR livery now, kind of more purple and white. I'm sure we'll showcase that at some point in the future. But yeah, even if we go up onto the top, and it is really that smooth. Yes, look, just the attention to detail, superb. What are we going through now? Warn them. There we go. They were putting their umbrellas up a bit late again. Have we got anyone on this train? Yes, we have a few people who are wanting to go to Leicestershire. Or as the Americans would go, Leicester. Back on board. So let's just have a look. There you go. Class 158 destination codes was in there. That was a nice touch. Was in there. GSMR. Sander. We don't need that today. It's a bit wet for sand. It'll squelch down on us. 2.8 miles to East Midlands Parkway. Transmitting amplifier. Oh, lovely. Yes, that's it. Vigilance pedal. Press that every so often. AWS reset. Let's sound the horn. It's got that very 1980. So these units were built in 1989 and 1992 at British Rail Engineering Limited, BREL. And they've been in use for nigh on 35 years now. 180 were built. 8 were converted to the 159s, which was the 3-car version of this, and some were sold abroad to Thailand. Yes, there is a Thailand version of this train. Just get off the power a bit as we go through. We've got a yellow signal. We'll also just brake a bit, just to make sure we don't go over the speed limit. There is the double ambers. Yes, well done to the train driver for managing to see that speed limit change. There we go, down to 40. Oh, they really know how to make us love life at the moment. Driver's not getting soaked. Let's close his window so he doesn't get soaked. Right, better actually brake. Coming round the curb. There is a power station. There it is! Is that a power station? It's something. See, when you're not used to a track, shouldn't have put it to thunder and lightning. Down to 40 miles an hour. But yeah, the 158 really was a revolution when it was brought in the early 90s, because they got used to those kind of first generation DMUs that were kind of built in decades ago. But these trains had air conditioning, they were quick, sort of 90 mile an hour, they were auto gears, and again, if you think about it, go back to the Class 101, it was manual gears. But they really did bring a new lease of life onto the Class 158, but it also allowed a lot of those elderly DMUs to be retired and possibly put to other parts of the network that needed maybe not as much from a capacity perspective, but certainly not from a comfort. Right, we're going through the tunnel now. Let's honk the horn. There we go. It's not raining in the tunnel. There you can see we're not raining in the tunnel, but it is very misty. But again, within the 158s, and we're just coming into Parkway shortly. Track does drift off there to the left-hand side. But really, the 158 operated by East Midlands Railway. There's Great Western Railway in there as well. ScotRail, Northern Trains, South Western, and Transport for Wales. Look, here's the power station I was telling you about. Look at the big concrete cooling towers there, providing you with electricity to your homes and businesses. Not that these people who are on the train have got much to worry about. Can't even see them, but one's in a blue baseball cap. But yeah, the 158 was introduced. As we said, a couple of varieties in there as well. 158's with a 2-car unit, 159's 3-car unit, and they had features that were not common on trains at that time. I mean, I'm going to absolutely blow your minds shortly when we get to East Midlands Parkway. We are ahead of time. We were late at the Cathcart Circle yesterday, but we are early today here in East Midlands, just coming to the Parkway. Let's just make sure we get to the stopping point. Now, you may say that I am just teasing the general public for some diesel action. However, that is far from the case. Oh, there's an HST powering through, and the speed and the power. as it goes through East Midlands Railway. There we are, the HSTs. We'll have one of them shortly as well. But yeah, they had air conditioning units. They had a payphone on board. I mean, in 1990, this was like, wow. A payphone. Power operated interior doors. There was a toilet in each carriage as well. That was certainly needed. And you could get a refreshment trolley service as part of that as well. So it really was designed to be into the 90s. It was designed to achieve something like 13,500 miles between refuelling. Between major services. It was 1,600 miles between. If it could have done 13,500 miles in between refuelling, wow! Wouldn't have all these eco-activists kind of going off just stop Ammons and things like that. Right. We've just been given the signal to go, but we have to wait until 11:50. So there we go. But yeah, ScotRail was the first part of British Rail to introduce Class 158 to the public services. Why have we reopened the doors? Don't want to reopen the doors. It's letting water in. And because we're at an angle, there we go. Glasgow Queen Street, Edinburgh Waverley service, and then up to Aberdeen and Inverness as well, as part of that. But then they were deployed in the Midlands, North England, and the South West. Right, let's release our brakes. There we go. We've just been given the go-ahead by said conductor. The train is not moving, however. There we go. Class 158 was divided after British Rail's privatisation back in the early 90s. There we go. Loughborough Station, 11:57, 6.3 miles away. Just let's listen to the roar of those diesel engines. Look, they've even got the stickers, caution, hot exhaust. Not that you would ever voluntarily touch an exhaust of a car or a train. However, some people do, being perfectly honest. They may want to. But yeah, East Midland Railways, they were replacing the Class 156s, so the super sprinters, as part of their franchise agreement, long distance services. But yeah, I mean, they've all been passed to EMR, and they now run them under the EMR regional sub-brand. But what they want to do, and what they have been doing, is reintroduce or bringing in Class 170 turbo stars to replace the 158s as well. So yeah, they've kind of got them. I mean, it makes sense on some of these runs, which are maybe not as busy. They are quick. They go out like the clappers. I was about to say. There we go. Coach A, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see who's in it. The man with the baseball cap is still there, and he's sitting next to someone. Oh, it's a very busy train today. Look! Very busy. Where is said toilet? Nope, can't get in. Quite right as well. Don't let the riff-raff in. As we swing round. There we go. Transmission change just happened. But yeah, the Class 158s, really good trains, do like them. Sort of 6 accidents in total over the course of their life. And we did say that, as part of it, there was 6 3-car 158 equivalents built for the Thailand State Railway. It's the only overseas sale they got. 6. Yeah. Not quite sure what the sales approach was in that pitch, if I'm being honest. Yes, buy a train. Buy 6. I mean, they did sell 6 times 3, which is 18. They sold 18 carriages. Great, but yeah, maybe it wasn't the biggest success. I think it was similar to the HST. British Rail wanted to sell the HST abroad and generate the revenue. And whilst they did sell it to a limited extent, that was about it. Why are you flashing at me? Nope, it's just the rail. That's fine. What have we got here as we're looking? There you go. Hot coolant, remove filler cap with caution. It's a bit like do not touch the hot exhaust. But there we are. On one of these runs we're going to talk about the beaching cuts, because you cannot talk about the railways without talking about the beaching cuts, and the immediate simple fact. Beaching had a major influence on what we see today in modern day Britain in terms of the railways. We were the leading sort of railway country in the world. And now, well, we're not. And a lot is to do with the fact that we still rely on the Victorian infrastructure which was built. And yeah, it was great, but let's just reduce the power, keep us within the speed limit. And whilst it was great, it needs to be invested, and you need to bring the investment through there. 1580s, 40 are with ScotRail, 18 are with Great Western Railway, 26 East Midlands Railway Northern trains have 43, Transport for those 24, South Western Railway have 10, and there's 8 that were converted to 159s, and then we've got a 158-9 which is Northern trains as well. So yeah, East Midlands Railway, East Midlands trains. South West trains also have a similar livery to this as part of it. But we will get a scenario where they will ultimately be in a different livery. So there was obviously a wide variety. So I think there was the three engine types. You had the Cummins 350 horsepower, you had Perkins 350 horsepower, and you had the Cummins 400 horsepower pneumatic braking disc. There's another HST powering past us at an almighty rate of knots, whilst we leisurely drive at 65 miles an hour. We're being flashed. We're being flashed, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and wherever you are in between. Let's just brake just in case. Remember, yellow signals. Be prepared to stop. But yeah, maximum speed was 90 miles an hour. British Rail Engineering, pretty positive. But then again, this region wasn't without the impacts of the beaching cuts as well, and that's what we do have to. That's what we do have to always remember. Oh, there's another 158. Yes, there we go. Say hello to our fellow drivers. Right, let's get the power on again. We don't need to slow down this much. Here we are. Still going. Can I tell you a bit about the Swanage Railway, actually? And we don't just talk about what we're driving, we'll talk about what's topical in the news and everything else. River. Oh, there we go. We'll also look for animals. We've still to find pigs and horses, by the way, on our 2 last trips, which was Edinburgh to Glasgow and Cathcart Circle. More Edinburgh Glasgow, we've seen cows and sheep. We've seen no pigs and no horses. They have to be there. They cannot be extinct in this game. Like, the real world still exists. But anyway, let's come back to the action. There we go. Just in case you didn't know, apparently we are speeding. They're at least 20 miles an hour over. And you can see the train is losing the grip. There is the wheel spin there as well. So that is a good part of this game. Coming into Loughborough, we'll be late. Again. We were early before. How can we be late? Alas. Platform 3, ladies and gentlemen. Next stop is Loughborough. We'll tell you about the Swanage Railway shortly as we come in to Loughborough, which you cannot see at all. Let's just go alongside. Ooh, that looks like a industrial complex. We are running late. We tried, and we failed. That's fine. We get there same day. That's a bonus. That is a huge bonus. Right, let's put the brakes on as we come into Loughborough. The high-speed services will speed through here as well. We may see 1 or 2. We've seen some already. Let's just put full braking service on this Class 158. You can hear the brakes just as we come. Let's just tootle it along a little bit, just so that we can get in on time. Well, we're not going to get in on time. At least we can make it accurate stopping. There we are. Coming down into the brake, 13 yards, 12 yards. Brakes. There we go. Right door's unlocked. There we are. So yeah, the Swanage Railway. a railway enthusiast, and these are one of these heritage railway lines that we should never forget. Yes, you've got the mainline services and all that, but a railway enthusiast, and this is from the Evening Standard, an article by Ben Mitchell on Sunday the 2nd of April. Passengers just pushing me out of the way. Charming. Railway enthusiast who rode on the last British rail train to travel on the Swanage to Wareham Railway at the age of 13 is returning 51 years later to drive a newly restored passenger service on the picturesque route. Volunteer Peter Frost. Let's wait for the conductor to give us our signal to go. Waiting. There we go. Gave us it eventually. Barrow upon Sword, platform 1 in, well, technically 2 minutes, but we'll get there. We will get there. Do not worry. Do not panic. Plenty of time to save. 38 miles an hour. But yeah, he was one of the first to help renovate and rebuild the Dorset Line for its closure in 1972. They will restore it using upgraded 1950s diesel trains. 11 miles in total. It includes... And this is the really good thing about it, right? And heritage railways are generally always restricted to their railway. And obviously that makes absolute sense. Not. But it's restricted. They generally aren't allowed on the main line. But this one is. It has a 1 mile stretch into the Network Rail main line from Wogrett Junction into Wareham Station. So, yeah, he is... what is it going to be? Is it going to be a 101, I think it is? I think it's a 101. No, it's a Class 117 diesel train. Right. It told me 30 miles an hour. I'm now going to be late again. My job as an East Midland Railways train driver is at risk for being late. But yeah, it is trial operates on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays until September the 10th, 2023. $5.5 million have been invested from the government, which is really good to see as part of that. But yeah, good on Peter Frost. There we go, Swanage Railway Line. So if you're in Dorset, go and join the Swanage Railway Line. There we are, Swanage to Wareham. See, we don't just talk a load of rubbish, we give you information. The Northern Bell. There we go. Right, Barrow upon Soar, platform 1, we're due there in 40 seconds. We're not going to make it on time. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have a connecting train, you should make it. I cannot be held for any errors or lateness in the journey. I blame it on the rain. There we go. It's blamed on the rain. You can see it falling. Apparently there's meant to be some thunder and lightning. I've not seen lightning. So I kind of feeling a little bit sort of cheated here, if I'm being honest. No lightning. Green signals ahead. That's what we like to see. Right, let's just see it from this side, because we're more likely to see an HST. Or another Class 158. 1.2 miles outside. And again, this is the thing, within the weather effects, and you've seen it as we were braking into Loughborough, you get that kind of wheel spin, and again when you're accelerating hard it comes through as well. So there we have it, the full magnificence of the Class 158. Right, let's just go. Speeding again, there we go. But you kind of see how the track just curves through. It really is a cracker looking train. 0.6 miles, just under 1,000 yards. Let's now brake as we're coming into Barrow upon Soar. Having a lovely drink of some Earl Grey. Possibly in this part of the world it should be Yorkshire tea, but no, Earl Grey. Can't beat it. Oh, it's an HST coming from behind! Oh, there we go, look at that speed! Oh, we better brake as well, there we go, HST, oh, we've went through a bridge. That's what happens. Get sidetracked by an HST. And we're very late now. Gently. I've got elderly passengers on board. That is why I have to take it easy and gently. Right. Brake. Full service. Full service. Brake. 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 Still brake. There we go. Unlock the doors. So yeah, this is Barrow upon Soar. That's where the HST was running. So that is the fast lines, through lines, stopping lines. Here. Looks a thrilling station. I mean, there's so much to talk about. I mean, it just fits a 2-car train. Just. I need my ticket. I need my conductor to let us go quickly because we are late. Here's the beeping. That's good. Right. Waiting. There we go. Nothing beats a diesel engine. Yes, electricity is all good and green and eco-friendly and hug a polar bear and swim with dolphins and all that, but you cannot beat the thrash of a diesel engine. It is just iconic. I mean, it's like the steam trains. What are they powered by? Coal. What are you going to do? Get rid of it? No. Let's embrace the diesel. No petrol in these trains. Let's open the window. There we go, and see, listen to that. Close the window. Noise. Quieter. Louder. What have we got? Oh, we've got a carriage coming up. Let's just have a look and see what we have coming up on the right hand side. Is the rain getting a bit less? No, still raining, and we're going to be late again. Sorry. Right, freight wagon, houses and freight. There we go. Look, DB Schenkner. That looks like coal, or byproduct of it, to power this machine. There we go. There will likely be a scenario where you can take the freight. Yeah, there we go. Well, looks like gas canisters, like the gas works. Lots in the 70s and 80s when they were, or even before then, when they were building the gas canisters for the gas works. There we go. Good to see. A mile out from Silby Station. Transmission change again. Let's just put the power down to 0. And let's coast our way in the Midland way to Silby. East Midlands trains, here to serve you. All aboard! Yes, Lauren, it's all aboard! Beautiful 158 service. Your driver is getting you there near enough on time. Not quite on time, because we're technically a minute late. However, if I am correct, and I normally am, I can judge this to be a success so far. Oh, we're gonna overshoot the train station. They really need to give sort of. I know there's up at the bottom, on top left hand side, but they need to tell. There should be like a satellite navigation that says your brake now or something along those lines. Right, this is going to be another interesting station of pointlessness. Let's see. Oh, we're still coming in too quick. We're going to overshoot the platform. She can't take it any longer, Captain. Oh no, she's going to survive. Is going to survive, but is the rear going to be sticking off? I think I might have to put the throttle on a little bit more. Yes, because the rear has not made it yet. There we go. Look at the absolute litter that is being thingied here. I am going to have to get up out of my cab and facilitate. What? Come on, open. There we go. Right. Sorry, I've got to do. Get out of my way. Got to sort this. Put a poster up. Yep. Oh, clean the letter up. There we go. Happy days. Clean this letter up. Yes. There we go. I might be late. Oh, I've sorted the ticket machine. See how good I am. Help point. Yep, I need help. Yep, fix them. Right, back into the cab. Oh, we've got to lock the doors. Oh, get me back in my seat. Hurry up. There we go. Right. Locking the doors. Locking the doors. But yeah, Richard Beeching. We will talk about him in a future stream. Right, come on. Conductor. Wait for him. There we go. Right, let's change the wipers to slow. Why is this train not going yet? Why are we going backwards? No! Ah, there we go. Oh, Mr. Ben! Ah, look, 7. How can you fit? You can't fit a 7-car train on that platform. It's tiny. Barely fits 2. Syston Station. Oh, look, there's a church. In what looks like possibly some form of parking. Anything interesting? Oh, yes, Coronation Street. Not. There's another road. Yes. How can you fit a 7-car HST? Unless they've decided to go with the motto of 7 minus 5 equals 2. In which case they're still wrong, and I'm going to be late again into Syston because of my conductor. A true driver does not blame his tools, he blames his conductor. And my conductor is getting the blame. Because I'm late. Oh, what's this? It's an HST! Feel the power! There you go. There you go. That's the power of the high-speed train. Right, Syston Station. Not actually sure. We really probably should explain to said ladies and gentlemen about the Syston. Yes, Syston. We'll tell you about Syston. It's a railway station in the town of Syston. There we go. Yep, 1840 it was opened. It's got 1 platform. 1. And we're going to stop at it. I use the term stop loosely. It was opened in 1840, 5th of May. It was closed in 1968 and it was reopened 26 years later on the 27th of May 1994. About 0.1 million used the service. It's getting brighter, look! Blue skies! Hooray! Blue skies. Right, back in. I'm gonna switch off the wipers because they're just useless, to be perfectly honest. I do not need them to see it's Thomas the Tank Engine! It says, but it's not. It's a Class 158 in East Midlands Trains livery. There we go. Oh, nearly. Oh, yep, we got decapitated and we're speeding. See, this is what happens. Audience participation, and we end up breaking the rules of the railway. The bylaws have been broken. I will formally be getting sacked.